What's up, everybody, and welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about living in the moment and how that can help you be a better bodybuilder, fitness competitor, athlete in general. Now, what spawned this all was the other night, Sunday night, I was watching the New England Patriots play the Denver Broncos. Now, I'm a big Patriots fan. I was born and raised in New England. Excuse me. That's the teams I follow, the Red Sox, the Patriots, etc. I know I'm going to get some of you guys will be like, fuck them, whatever. Whatever. We all have our teams that we like. And the Patriots are getting beat up pretty bad. They were down 24-0 going into half. And you could see the look. They would focus in on Tom Brady's face in the helmet. And you could see the frustration on one play. And then he'd be like, fuck, goddamn it. All of a sudden, it would just go away. And the next play would come up, it would go bad, it would go good, whatever. But as play to play, you could see him letting go of the previous play that had gone wrong. He was living in the moment. He wasn't living in the past of what already happened. He wasn't living in, we have to gain this many yards or get that many, points on the board. He was living right then, at the moment. That's what he had to do. He had to get that one play done to the best of his ability with his team. And we see this over and over again with, baseball players. I'll pick, just for the hell of it, David Ortiz. So let's say David Ortiz comes up to bat, Big Papi, right? And he's at the plate, and he's up there, and this is rare, but he swings and he misses. You can see him, he gets frustrated for a second, he goes back and they do their little glove thing that they do, their little ritual, and he comes back. As soon as his feet touch next to that plate, that pitch that already went by that he swung at and missed is gone. It's not even in his memory RAM. It's not even in his head. As that next pitch comes over the plate, right out of the park. Now, in order for him to focus, to be able to hit that ball out of the park, he had to live in that moment. In the past, which was the ball that just went by the plate, he couldn't focus on that. You can't deal with that. You have to put that in the back of your head and focus solely on what's happening right now at the moment. And at the moment, another ball is going to be tossed at you 100 miles an hour that you have to hit. So now you need to focus on that. Are you focused on how many runs or getting on base? You're not even focused on running to the base. You're focused on hitting the ball, living in the moment. And it's not just athletes. Jimi Hendrix, if you've ever watched him play or any great guitar player play, you can see the emotion coming out of them while they're playing their guitar solos. And it's not, a lot of people, he's being flashy and it's showy. No, it's them living in that moment. The rest of the song doesn't matter. The beginning of that song doesn't matter. Right there in that moment, they have to do their solo. And you could just watch it come out of their soul, essentially. They could forget about both pieces of the song and just concentrate on one piece of the solo. Me, myself, and I actually tell my clients this too. We've had many discussions with many clients, and I've talked about this many times. To live in the moment of what I have to do is sometimes I don't think about 3 meals ahead. I don't think of how many meals I have to get in. I don't even think about my workout for that day. I don't think about the cardio I have to do that day. I get up in the morning, I brush my teeth, I walk over the treadmill, and I concentrate on just that one cardio session. And even that cardio session sometimes is broken down to like 5 or 10 minute, pieces where I'm like, I'm only going to focus on this for this 10 minutes. I'm only going to focus on this for this 5 minutes. I'm only going to focus on this for this 6 minutes until I get to the next one. Then I focus on the next 6 minutes. And then when I'm done, I eat my first meal. I sit down at the table, I eat it. I'm not worrying about how much more I get to eat during the day. I'm not worried about what foods I can't eat. I'm worried about that meal. So I'm living in the moment during the cardio. I'm living in the moment during the meal, trying to get those meals in. When I hit the gym, my carb days, I don't cycle them depending on what workouts I have. I cycle them on certain days if I'm doing carb cycling. And inevitably, you're going to get a low carb day on your leg day. Doesn't matter. You got to go in there and focus on that leg day, that one workout. And sometimes I even break it down and focus on just per set. I just need to do this one set the best I can. Everything after this doesn't matter right now. Everything before this doesn't matter. I need to live in this moment right now and get this set of squats as far as I can get them and do them to the best of my ability. And then I'll worry about the next set after that. It's living in the moment. And I think some people are born to live in the moment better than others. Some people can compartmentalize really well with things in life in general, and that helps to live in the moment. But I also think that there's a psychology for sports that you can be conditioned to live in that moment better as you get better at it. So the more you do it, the better you get at it. The more, if you're doing things over and over again, you know how it feels. You know what it's like to do it. So you can say, okay, I did it once, I can do it again. And again, and again, and it gets easier. It's become like second nature to let one thing go and focus on the next thing and not let the next thing come into your mind until you're done with that task. And I think sports psychology is huge on making the brain set the path for the body to follow. And that's huge. I mean, bodybuilding, figure, bikini, physique, you know, it is all 50% if not more mental than it is physical. Yes, you have to do the hard work, but mentally you have to, know that you got to do 2-a-day cardio sometimes, 0 carbs, high carbs, no cheat meals sometimes. Like, a lot of that can be overwhelming and stressful to the individual, especially when you start to get depleted while you're getting ready for your competition, that sometimes it's so overwhelming you just need to take a step back and say, well, it's too much shit to deal with right now. I'm just going to deal with this one meal. I'm just going to deal with this one thing. And, I remember during prep, Kari would ask me a question, and honestly, I would be eating the meal, and I'd be like, listen, when I'm done, I'll answer you if you want to ask me the question, but right now I just have to get through this. Because it's foods you don't feel like eating, and you're trying to force the food down because you know it's going to get the response you want, you know it's bringing you to your goal. So, get done with that. Now that's done, now I can focus on this task. What is it that, the question that you wanted to ask me that you need an answer to? What is it? Answer the question. It was one thing at a time. And I think that it really helps to break things down, live in the moment per moment to get you to your goals. There's going to be a lot of things that are overwhelming to you, and some people handle that better than others. There's going to be some people that are willing to go farther than you are for competition, and that's just the way it's going to be. But if you boil everything down to one baby step at a time, it is much easier to focus on that than the big picture most of the time. So this is just one of my little, I don't know if it's a secret. It's not a secret now. I'm putting it on the internet. So it's just one of my little tricks that I use to get by some of the toughest parts of my prep or my day or whatever. And I mean, even off season, training has always been super important to me to do on a daily basis that, I want to progress. So if I'm at work, I have tons of shit going on. When I get to the gym, I got to forget what's outside that door, concentrate on doing each set to the best of my ability. And when that's over, have my shake or whatever, and then I'll start doing emails or whatever on my phone, because during that period of time, that's what I need to be focused on. I can't have my phone with me in between sets on the phone like some people do. I can't do that. I have to focus, and that's what works best for me. It helps a lot of clients out, and if it can help you, great. biostreettraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. It's Thanksgiving week. www.biostreettraining.com is the blog, and we're the one thing at a time bicep, and we're out.